Hey guys, how's it going? Gonna try to get this little baby biface I got, just a super quick biface the other day. Sorry. It's from that it's kind of a little bit crunchy obsidian from northern Arizona. It's the gray stuff. I don't even know if it's technically obsidian, but anyway, I would love to try to get a little Hohokam point. It's the right length. I need to keep the entire length. It's a little thick, so I really need to thin it down. So make sure I'm in frame here. So let's just look. Where's the thickest part? There's a real kind of big thick part there, but there's a dish in there, and it's really thick right here. So let's start there. I'm gonna raise that edge. Not looking to take long flakes here, just looking to raise that edge up towards this side and thicken the edge so it can take the pressure of the pressure flaking. Okay, I'm going to grind it. It got a little hot again today, but it's that time of year. It's going to start cooling down soon. Alright, let's see if we can get some pressure flakes across that fat side. Look at that big old peeler right there. It broke, the flake broke, but that was a really nice. And then once you start getting into it, you make ridges every time. Like there's a big ridge here, now it'll take a big old giant flake on this side. There we go. See that big old giant flake right next to it? 1, 2. I have to be careful not to overshot. The tip's pretty thin. Take one back here. Pop. Ooh, that one went 3/4 of the way across. Look at how much that thinned down that mass just with those 3 flakes right there. That's super nice. Get one here on the tip. I'm going to angle the tip flakes more inward along into the point instead of straight across so I don't blow off the other side, because then you get a damn overshot in there. Nah, that wasn't very good. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That thinned that quite a bit. Okay, let's do the same thing here. Let's raise this edge, fix this edge so I can shoot some more and kind of match that. You can see the difference, all those nice flakes right there, just how much that side is really thin right there. I'm gonna have to be careful not to get a ring crack when it's real thin on both sides in one spot and you push on it without raising that, thickening that edge. It can just break off and then you do a big old ring crack. That's a optimal spot for one. It's kind of caved in here and then it's super thin there, so I think I'm gonna work on that right now, thicken that up so that doesn't happen. And the Hohokam point's got to come to a real super narrow and pointy anyway. See how easy that's crunching? I mean, that is super thin right there. Do the other side. Same shit. You can't just start wailing in on her, guys. You got to ease your way into it. Okay, let's see if there's any opportunistic. Yep, there's a big old nasty chunk right there, right there. So I'm gonna try to peel that off. Did it go? Yes, it did. Look at that. Super nice. That took a bunch of that nasty hinge off. Now I can go back the other way. It's slippery right there. Okay. Again, you can see how easy that edge collapses because it's so thin. So just thickening it up, getting a working edge. Okay, this side has some nasty spots, so I already took all those. I'm going to raise this edge and fire some into this mess right here. Baby flakes. All I'm doing is raising the edge, guys. That's it. Not shooting flakes across. Did I raise it enough? Yep, it's more going to that side now. So grind down. Grinding down away from the side you're trying to flake is the same thing as pressure flaking the edge to raise the edge up. You're abrading it and raising the edge up so that you can shoot these flakes. I'll show you right now. Okay. Should be able to get some thick spots off of here. There's a low spot right here. Let's fire one in. Look at that big old flake, went all the way across. That was almost an overshot, but that was the perfect amount. Now I got another ridge. There's another one. This tip is real bad. There we go. Let's do another one. And then on the tip area, I try not to push in as hard, just more straight down because I don't want the flakes to go too far. So I don't get a overshot, man. I was flaking a basalt arrowhead and it doesn't flake as easy as the obsidian, and I pushed in really, really hard and got an overshot a little while ago, yesterday. And I didn't imagine that happening, you know, on the basalt, but it did, so. Okay. Okay, here's a low spot. Ooh, that was a good flake, man. That really thinned that section right there. This was kind of a yucky rock. I didn't think I would get something out of it, but there was some bad spots on it. This is the better part of the rock, I think. There we go. That thinned that out. That thinned that out. Ooh, almost an overshot. Got to be careful. That out. The Hohokam points have a nice little median ridge, so they are kind of like diamond shaped, but this was way too thick. Even if I just brought the ends in only, the center would be so thick it just look horrible. It just would not look right. So that's why I have to like really, really thin it down before I try to bring those edges in and narrow the point. Okay, there's a super low hanging platform there. There we go. Oh, that's a crunchy spot. Okay, that's a bad spot. So what I'm gonna do is raise that edge. Zigzagging right here where the kind of bad area is. Try to get a working edge. Okay, here's another low-hanging platform with a big old nice ridge. I'm going to peel that off. Look at that. Really nice. Let's do another one. Nice. Woo! That went from there to there. Super nice. Ooh, I felt that one on the other side of my finger, so that means it shot all the way across. But it didn't overshoot at least. Okay, it's getting there, guys. It's thinning down. Really want to get a little Hohokam point out of this thing now. I really do. I was making them bigger bifaces and stuff for a while and kind of down to the lower end of my rock, so I'm trying to use all the little pieces and make some true arrowheads. I want to make like half a dozen nice points because I want to make a couple sets of arrows with all the tips, and they all kind of need to be similar size. Ooh, that was a good one. Alright, so the only thick spot now on this side, there's one little ridge right there. Is the platform right? Let's see. If you can see, there's that one high ridge on this side. Other than that, everything, and it's got a little platform. It's inset a little bit, but I think I can do it. There's a ridge right there. Uh-oh. There we go. That did it, man. That was nice. Okay, what else do we got? That was a really good one. Shot from there to there. Yeah, buddy. Let's see if we can get one around the base here. See, so that platform leans to this side, and I have a thick spot right there, so that's what you call an opportunistic flake. I didn't set that platform up, it's just kind of there. And look, it shot from there to there. Okay, that thinned that quite a bit. It's a little high right here, so I'm going to raise that edge. You're not looking to lose a ton of width here, you're just looking to kind of rework the edge a little bit, raise it up. All platform work. There's some shit going on today. There's a lot of cop cars and okay, that was a good one. There's a little cruncher in there, a little hinger. Yeah, there's a funny little spot right there. You can see it's like a flaw, like a crystal or something in the stone right there, and on the exact opposite side it did that, so I think there might be a bad spot there, but I'll be able to get it up from the base there. There's that. side just doesn't look right. There we go. That's right up, yep, it's right up against that bad spot. I'm gonna have to be really careful around there, because if I shoot a hinge into that little bad spot, I need to get underneath it, so I have to be super careful. Crystal popped out, I think, so I think I can get one here beside it, next to it. Bam! Yep, see that little crystal? It's a phenocryst crystal, I believe, a little black crystal in there. But I got on off one side of it. Now I think I can do the other side, get it from both sides. Here we go. It's still in there, right there. But it's a lot better. Yeah. Okay. Gotta pay attention to that, how I'm gonna get that crunchy out of the middle there. This side is a lot. See how smooth and flat and nice that side is? This side has a kind of a little bit of a higher ridge here in the middle. It's not as good, so I'm gonna work on that right now, man. It's a pretty brittle piece. It's got a high probability of breaking, but instead of flaking. That was kind of weird. Damn, that's crunchy right there. Really weird. It's like more dull on one side and it's like super silky and shiny on the other side. It's almost like a layer of stone. Okay, these are important flakes here because this is gonna make or break the thinning of the tip. Like here's a little ridge right here, a natural ridge. Good, perfect little flake. There's another one next to it over here. Bam. Don't overshoot them, just thin it. Sometimes when it's a thicker edge, you build up a little bit more pressure and then it releases, and then that's how you can get an overshot. So gotta be careful. Here we go, it popped. There's one little thick spot right there. Okay. Four really nice thinning flakes. Okay. Now just like I did that there, if I can get a couple flakes on that side, we are golden, man. We are golden. a couple more thinners and we should be in good shape. Okay, no overshot, good. Good, no. Ooh, that was close, man. That thing went all the way across. Damn. Ooh, that thing went far too. It's good, but it's like a couple millimeters from disaster if you're not careful, man. Once you start building up that convexity, man, those flakes just fly. At least it was teeny tiny, but I broke that little tip off right there. It wasn't very sharp yet, but that's okay. I have that kind of weird bump right there, so I kind of need to thin that down anyway. I still got that bump on that end. Okay, I need to look at this carefully. I can't afford to have that happen again and knock off the tip. I need every ounce of length in this thing to get a Hohokam point. They're really long and narrow. Didn't want to pop there for a second. Ew, that's kind of ugly. I want to leave the tip a little thicker just to the very end so that I don't break it off when I'm doing the fine details, but I gotta thin it now, get the tip at least the right thickness, get off those high spots. Cool. Oh, there's a little wonky spot. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. I'm going to push hard on this one and see if I can peel a big old flake. Oh, crushed. There we go, and that got that step off. That's what I was trying to do. That flake went from there to there and it got a bunch of that step off, which was really nice. That kind of crunched. Okay, let's shoot some flakes into this thicker base. Luckily, the Hohokam points are real narrow. I can afford to lose a little bit of width. Bam! Woo! That was a good thinner, man. Look at that chunk that came out there. That was amazing. That one collapsed or crunched. Get that rough part out of there. Okay, it's really thick back here, so let's work on that. Perfect. Here's a really good platform. Look at that. Oh, it overshot the other side. See that flat spot right there? It went all the way across and it took off, but at least it's in the base, and that really did thin it, so it's gonna be okay. But man, gotta be careful on the overshots. Okay, we're getting there. Now I gotta fix that spot that broke off and kind of overshot. I gotta get the right shape there. You don't want to lose too much wood there. Ooh, that's coming along. It's looking like a mean machine now. Get that shit there in the middle, that'll be nice. Which I think I can. Yeah, there's a low platform here. Oh, didn't reach it. Oh, there we go. I just got half of it. It kind of went underneath it, that center crunchy spot. So one more up here. It should be golden. There we go. Did it do it? Yes, it did. Sweet. Oh, there's a little crystal inside there, that little spot that did hang up. I think that's what was causing that whole thing. Can't have those edges crunch on you. Okay, looking pretty good. Okay, it's really high here, so I need to raise that edge up and shoot some, but man, look at the shape of that thing, man. It's really coming along. Ooh, I got a terrible high spot there. Let's fix that now. Before I leave it stranded. My hands are all dirty and messed up. Sorry, I was pouring a cement slab yesterday, making a sidewalk, and kind of got all chewed up. Okay, so it's a little high right here. So the symmetry is off right there too. some challenging rock. There's some crunchy spots in it, but if you can get past it, man, you can. There we go. Super nice. Another good one. A good one. Another good one. There we go. Now it's looking like a Hohokam shape. So I've got a couple little thick spots. I need like 2 flakes out here. There's 1, there's 2. There we go. Okay, that's good. 1 from the other side. Ooh, I left an ugly ass little line there, but that'll come off. Ooh, that's coming out. Okay. Man, I like the shape of that. It's freaking sweet. Nice. Okay, I gotta really focus on thinning this base down now. It's got like a really high spot right there. Coming along, guys. I got some high ridges right here, so I'm going to take some flakes across from that side like it is over here, and that should fix that. I'm going to work on this base. Alright, so there's a really low platform here. Crunchy. There we go. Oh, did it do it? It did it. Look at that. That's what I needed, and that's what I wanted. Okay. 1 more from this side. Did I get all the crunch out of the center? I sure did. Look at how much flatter and nice that is now. It doesn't have that big bump in there anymore. That was super nice. Okay. Damn, I did one of those ring crack things I was talking about where the rock just breaks instead of chips. Took a little piece out of the side. Damn it. I can fix it, but man, that was close to breaking the point. Anything you can learn, get impatient and just start chipping on them before checking the surface to see if it's thick enough, and that's what happens. Okay, there's another one. Damn. Okay, oh, that just fixed a bunch of it right there. Woo! Now I just got that little spot left where it ring cracked out. Okay, that saved it, I think. Let's see here. That edge prep work is so important. If you don't have it right, that's how you break the points. Putting that much pressure into an area that can't handle it, it just collapses out and then it just breaks. Okay, that tip now needs work right there on that edge. It's kind of bad. This is the scary part, guys. Pop, pop. Okay, let's look. Oh God, the freaking tip is paper thin now. Oh geez. Oh shit. That was too good of a flake, I think. Thin. And there's a big old giant crystal in there right there, you can see. Got lucky with that. Okay, thin that out. Probably gonna lose a little bit of this tip, but I gotta. Trying to thicken that edge up a little bit so that there's a chance that this thing doesn't break. Got one little bump right there, son of a bitch. Almost got it, guys. I got one little spot. Okay, I'm either going to chip that bulb off or the thing's going to snap. It's one of the two, so let's see here. Damn it. I'm going to try to get it with the tip off of the pad so it doesn't put pressure on it. Oh, I got it. No freaking way. That was a miracle chip right there. There's no way. I thought there was no way I was gonna get that. But that's something I learned, is keep that tip off of the pad so that it doesn't interact and snap off. Now if I can just damn, I might have no choice but to lose that needle tip. Is just, I know it's like too thin right there. Yeah, I gotta lose a tiny bit of that tip. It's just too fragile. It's never gonna make it. Okay, almost. There we go. That's a lot better. Alright, that's a little needle tip sucker right there, man. Let's keep working on this base. You gotta be real careful. I mean, that is microscopic thin, so anytime I'm working that, I can't let the tip interact with the pad or it's gonna snap right off. Alright, so see how that tips up off the pad. Okay, and I'm looking for really high spots. There's a really nasty bulb right there. Look at that. Big old nasty bulb came right off. This is tough with big old Mongo hands, man, doing little delicate points like this. Okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to do any more flakes? Oh yeah, I need to do a flake right here from the side. It's got a high spot right there. See it now. Two of them actually. So 1, 2. Look at that. Totally fixed that area. Oh, now I got a high spot there. It's the only thing is sometimes when you take a nice deep chip like that, you end up making a problem somewhere else. Look at that, guys. Wow. That's freaking sweet. It's a delicate little point, man. I got a bulb right there. But is it worth it? I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna screw with it yet. Okay, let's flake some flakes up and thin this base a little bit. Some basil thinning flakes. That was nice. That ran to there. Okay, let's do it. Oh, got a tiny little cut. There's another little thinner. There we go. That whole thing got thinned except for right there in the corner. And I think I can actually nip one from there. Okay, let's see if that, yep. All that crud in the middle is gone now. Okay, I got a little bit of a high spot there. I need like 2 flakes here. There we go. Oh, that one. There we go. That is sweet. All right, do I risk it and take that little high spot off? It's like I need 1 flake right there, but I risk breaking the tip off, man. I got 1 little high spot right there. Damn, bro. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna give it a rip. You guys can yell at me if I fucking snap it. Excuse my language. Yes. Freaking got it, dude. No freaking way. That is crazy. All right, that's it, guys. Did I equally thin it everywhere? Yep. Symmetry, this end sticks out just a tiny bit. Fix that, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do a part 2 to try to notch and nip the corner. So now I might have to do like round it a little bit, but anyway, let me fix that real quick. I don't want to leave you guys with that. I'm just gonna do a little zigzag and fix that real quick. I was gonna do that rounded shape on the base anyway, but now I'm forcing myself to. Okay. God, that's so damn delicate. Okay, there's another thinner. There's another thinner. round that other end to match and we're golden. Last flake of the point and I snapped the corner off. I can't believe it, man. That was crazy. But okay. Man, I almost don't want to notch this thing. It's so nice, but I have to for the Hohokam. It's going to be some crazy. There we go. Got a little high spot off. A lot of pressure. That crunch sounds crazy. Alright guys, that's it. That's the base of the Hohokam. Stay tuned for part 2, which is going to be all the little notches and craziness in it. But man, holy cow. Talk about a nice little blade, man. That's insane. Alright guys, let's see if I can use this little tiny piece of antler. I've only been able to do the little notches on the Hohokam with the little copper or brass notcher. So I want to get 2 little notches in here and see if it works, the bigger ones. Kind of hard to hold, but so far so good. Oh, let me go get my other glasses. All right. Tough, man. And my hands are way too big. I need to put this in another handle so that I can push a little bit better. I imagine the natives used either something like this, a shaved down bone. The problem is this breaks real easy, or an actual super razor thin flake that's like harder than the obsidian or whatever, and then get it. So I'm gonna embed a really long flint flake in there and try to do this too, but all right. I need it to cone out on the other side. There we go. There we go. No, that chipping sound might be the antler doing it, not the actual rock. Yeah, see, the antler just broke. Yeah, I'm not gonna ruin this little point. I'm gonna have to figure this out because I really want to do this part abo. And man, I think the answer's a flake. See, like I was trying to make a drill and I busted it off and it got shorter, so I'm gonna try to use this piece and see if it'll flake at all. Did it do it? Man, how the natives did these narrow entry with natural tools, man, gotta give it to them. It's tough stuff. I'm gonna get the copper one from now. I'm not gonna ruin this. Hopefully I didn't stall it all out now to where it's gonna break with this, but uh-oh. I might have stalled it with that rock. Son of a biatch. Sometimes you just need to get it started again and it'll go. Oh man, feels like I'm just gonna snap it. Alright, let's try to do the other side. This is one thing I will get down, man, how to do these notchings. I struggle with notching just with these modern tools, but with abo it'd be quite the accomplishment, and I am gonna do it. I'm positive I'll figure it out. perfect little notch right there, man. That's nice. A little bit farther in. Look at that. Sound good. Alright, I think that one's done. So let's try to match that now, but it is kind of stalled. The good thing is I can go up a little bit so I can afford to lose a tiny bit of that wing. There we go. Got it started again. I think this wing's going to be a little bigger than the other one. I might have to adjust, but no, it's coming. Dude, sweet. Something ain't right with the symmetry on this thing. It's a tiny bit more rounded. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that one's a little bit wider than that one. Shit. Alright, let me get my hand. I like to make the barb a little bit more pronounced. So I nip out a tiny bit right here to make that barb stick out right there. Okay, let's do the same thing here. That side didn't quite match the other side, now it does. It's like that one's wider than that one, but do I just leave it and call it a day? I mean, it's close, but it just doesn't quite look the same. Freaking OCD, man. Okay, that's that for now. Let's try to put some other gnarly. Now, do I put a little baby notch in the base or leave it round like that? I think I'm gonna put a baby notch in the base. Make it look as wild as possible. Heck yeah, that looks sweet. Alright, let's do some crazy little side notches. Dang, this looks almost like the last one I did with that same little base like that, the little mustache base. That chipped really good on that side, but it didn't chip good on this side. It looks really ugly on that side. I don't know what happened. So I'm gonna have to work on that. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna make that wing that goes that way anyway. Okay, let's do another one. It's gotta go a tiny bit more. Okay, there's that one. Let's do another one. And I gotta be careful right here. There's a big old crystal pocket right in there, and that's almost right where I gotta flake the notch into. So shit. that, I just gotta raise that up a little bit. There we go, fellas. Okay. Damn, it doesn't match. What did I do? There we go. Okay, that's a little better. I'm gonna not focus on that. I'm gonna focus on the next. Damn, I did that one higher. There we go, that's better. Okay. Let's do that's mean. That's a mean machine right there. I'm gonna put 2 micro notches right in those two little corners. Baby notch. Yeah, buddy. Let's do another one. God, with my big hands, this is so hard, man. It's like the worst angle ever. I can't snap that tip off. It's got to be off the pad. Damn, that's badass. Okay, there's that. Let's do some more. Damn, that's crazy looking. It's kind of stalling out there. I don't think I'm going to do any more there. Okay, let's try to do some micros here. Kind of flaked with, oh shit, it has a little tiny crack. Okay, there's that. I really want to be able to make one of these abo, man, with a little bone splinter or something, man. It's brutal. There's a couple more little notches. Let's do another ooh. There we go. Those two didn't line up as good as I hoped. Son of a bitch. Okay. I don't know why those don't match. Oh, one goes more angled. I see. I see what I did. Go. Okay, a couple more notches and we're done, guys. We're getting to the scary part. Shit, right into that crystal, man. That was why I didn't want to flake. Alright, so there's those. Let's get a couple more on the other side. Okay, a little bit deeper on this one and then we're done. Oh God. Nope. You got to know when to hold them, man. Thing's too cool to throw a snap on. All right, that's it. That's too nice. I'm not gonna break it. That is so cool, man. I am so happy. Look at all those hundreds of micro flakes on the floor.